What's up, everybody? I am the Sports Judge. Welcome to the channel. Now that the women's championship is over, some people have nothing better to do with their time than to talk down on Caitlin Clark. I can't believe it. I just don't get it. I don't get the hate. I don't understand why some of the great players of women's basketball would tear down Caitlin Clark. For what? Instead of thanking her, they are bashing her, hating on her when she elevated the game. South Carolina completes their unbeaten season, getting revenge on Iowa. Now that now that it's in the books, I look back at the season and I can honestly say I'm really proud of what the ladies have done in the women's game because I've never paid attention, and I'll be honest, I've never paid attention to the women's game as much as I did this year. And every now and then I would tune in to a game and I would watch, but it wasn't with a great deal of regularity. Caitlin Clark, man, I have nothing but great things to say about her. Caitlin Clark was box office. So we watched. This year, it doubled my interest as I watched more often and was wowed by Clark's record breaking nights. Like, I was genuinely looking forward to watching Clark doing something exciting each night. And it just felt that way. And so I'm super excited for her as she takes her game to the next level. And there are those wow moments that left you breathless. Those are moments that will stay with you. It was a really awesome season, a groundbreaking season, historic for women's basketball. She forever changed the game. And when you have someone who changed the game and brought popularity to it, how can you be jealous of that person? How can you be so envious? I think it would have been a great fairy tale ending if Iowa and Caitlin Clark cut down the nets, with South Carolina completing what they did. And I think South Carolina can go on this dynastic run because now we're talking legacy, right? Dawn Staley, who I have the utmost respect for, a woman of class and professionalism. This is South Carolina's third national championship under Dawn Staley. You've just completed an unbeaten season. It's remarkable that this team finished the entire year unbeaten. Say if South Carolina goes on a run and this attention that we have on women's basketball, maybe if we look back on it and say this was a part of it as well. South Carolina's dynastic unparalleled run also had a positive impact on the game because now South Carolina is in the same breath as the UConns, the Tennessees. And now if you have Dawn Staley starting to enter this class of the elites, I think that's good for the game. Because Caitlin Clark, she's gone. She's leaving. She's not coming back. But there's a lot that came with this season, with this whole Caitlin Clark story. Here's my take on this. Here's my take on all of this. And it goes back to me saying that social media influences a lot of this. The narrative's been pushed, the slander, the disrespect, and tweets that's not necessarily factual and instead spoken with emotion. Because we have a tendency to speak with emotion. I know I do. I do it a lot. And I feel that's the situation with women's basketball. And it's really with the great players of women's basketball. And I saw people on social media throwing stuff out there, throwing shade at Caitlin Clark, the previous stars in college basketball. For some strange reason, I don't know why, but for some strange reason, they're letting their feelings be known, right? You're not, suddenly you're not the GOAT. You're gonna have to be better at the next level. You're gonna have trouble at the next level. It's gonna be a different ball game. Oh, it's gonna be this. It's gonna be that. And while all of that is true, it comes across as jealousy. It really does. And these things are being said. Well, hey, you got to win the national title. You're considered the greatest of all time. You got to win a title. Sorry, sorry. You have to win the title. This is what you've heard over the last week or so. And I take issue with that because it's from the popular voices in women's college basketball saying these outrageous things about someone who brought attention to the game. Well, you wanted this game to, to be more popular, and now that someone comes along to make the game better, you're beating her up. You're beating her up. Some of who have laid the groundwork for women's basketball over the last decade or so and wanting women's basketball to reach a level it has never had before are the same ones who want to tear Caitlin Clark down. The fact that these people taking down the person who lifted their sport to the next level and still cannot acknowledge her greatness or be happy with this, I have a problem with that. Yes, I take issue with that. The ones who wanted us to pay attention to the sport and grow the game couldn't appreciate when someone else took this game to the next level. Someone who elevated this game to the level to where it is now. That's absurd to me. You got former players talking down on Caitlin Clark. They should be thanking her for making this game a lot better. It comes off as jealousy, and we all know this because females, not all, but typical of females, to feel jealous, to be jealous of somebody else. But why? She made the game better. Why are you tearing her down? Why is everyone coming at Caitlin Clark? Why is that? I just, for the life of me, I just can't fathom. I can't understand why we are beating this woman up like we are. You know, because she has some big moments in college basketball. Can we sit here and say what she did for the game of college basketball? You talk about Breanna Stewart and Diana, they weren't getting 18 million people watching. You look at the ESPN, you look at the game on ESPN the other night, it drew the most ratings. It had the highest number of views. That was Caitlin Clark's doing. Can we admit that? 18 million watched that game. More viewers than the NBA Finals. And Caitlin Clark was on the biggest stage. Yes, she fell short. Guess what? Not all great players win championships. Sorry, it doesn't happen all the time. You know. So, it's just pure jealousy. And it's really disgusting in a sense. It really is. And I am surprised to hear it come from the mouths that it's coming from. It's coming from people you would least expect. You know, and I'm bothered by it. Because here we are, we have this young lady who becomes this superstar at the college level, changes the game. She's a transcendent star, but yet we got people dishing her. We got people literally wasting their time and energy talking bad about her. You know, but what do they usually say? When you hate someone, that means you really, truly love them. You just don't know how to show it. And that's what we have here. And I will say this, the girl is bad. The girl is bad. But does Diana have insecurity issues? They feel threatened when someone else like them appears and all of a sudden she is reaching new heights in the sport. She's claiming all-time greatness because of her play on the floor, and she's doing it better than what you did. That's not how you should react to that. You shouldn't be jealous of that. If anything, you should feel happy to know that this game is in a better place than what it was when you guys were playing. Someone comes along to do what they did, and now you feel threatened. And you make comments like this because, in all honesty, you're jealous. There's absolutely no excuse for these behaviors. But again, women respond differently. And a lot of times women are jealous of other women. That's just how it goes. But I'm proud of Caitlin Clark. I appreciate everything she's done to the game, what she has brought to the game. And this game is in a great place now. And college basketball is better than ever. So Caitlin Clark is now moving on. She's going to do great things in the women NBA. I'm sure of it. I'm confident in her abilities. She's very, very good. But it's really sad that a woman is very accomplished and very successful like Diana. And, to be so jealous of another woman who don't even have a championship but accomplish the extraordinary is unbelievable to me. You're showing envy of her accomplishments, and instead you should be thanking her for elevating your sport to another level. I just don't get it. I never will understand it. But that's how it is out here, and people be jealous of you, man. People be jealous of your success. They're mad. They're angry because they feel like they can't do it. They have insecurity issues. To me, it's childish. And just grow up, people. But once again, congratulations to Caitlin Clark. Well done. What a phenomenal season it was in women's college basketball. And I enjoyed every second of it. Thanks for watching, everyone. Really appreciate the love and support. We'll talk very soon. I'm getting out of here now. Don't forget to do me a huge favor and hit that subscribe button. You guys take care. Peace.